How's it going, everyone? Austin Honecker here. I just want to come on here for a while and give him a review for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dark from last night, which was February 15th, 2022. I gotta say, it was awesome from start to finish. For the matches, match 1, it was the Dark Order, which are John Silver and Alex Reynolds versus Arya Daivari and Invictus Cash. That was a great match, but the ending to it, the Dark Order went over cause Alex Reynolds pinned Invictus Cash with a roll-up. Match 2, it was QT Marshall versus Pat Brink. That was a great match, but the ending to it, QT Marshall went over with the Diamond Cutter. Match 3, it was Max Caster versus Cameron Stewart. That was a squash match, but the ending to it, Max Caster went over with the mic drop. Well, before the match, as Cameron Stewart was already out in the ring, the Acclaimed, which are Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, came out. Max Caster done a rap on Cameron Stewart, and Anthony Bowens said his signature line, Universal Studios, the Acclaimed have arrived, and everything. That was cool. Match 4, it was Tony Nese versus Carly Bravo. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Tony Nese went over with the pump handle driver. Match 5, it was Emi Sakura versus Angelica Risk. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Emi Sakura went over with the Dominator. Match 6, it was 2.0, which are Matt Lee and Jeff Parker versus the Metro Brothers, which are Chris and JC Metro. That was a squash match, but the ending to it, 2.0 went over because Jeff Parker pinned Chris Metro with the 2 for the show from Matt Lee and Jeff Parker. Match 7, it was MT Nakazawa versus Joey Sweet. Match 7, it was MT Nakazawa versus Joey Sweets. That was a great match, but the ending to it, MT Nakazawa went over with the Cradle Tombstone Pile Driver. Match 8, it was Frankie Kazarian versus Luke Sampson. That was a squash match, but the ending to it, Frankie Kazarian went over with the crossface chicken wing. Match 9, it was Jora Joel versus Axel Rico. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Jora Joel went over with the bicycle kick. That was match 9, by the way. Match 10, it was the Dark Order, which are 5 and 10, versus Chaos Project, which are Luther and Serpentico. That was a great match, but the ending to it, the Dark Order went over because 10 made Serpentico pass out to the full Nelson. And match 11, which was the main event, it was Anthony Bowens versus Fuego del Sol. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Anthony Bowens went over with the springboard spinning DDT. Now, before the match, after Fuego del Sol came out to the ring, the Acclaimed, which are Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, came out to the ring, and Max Caster done a rap on Fuego del Sol, and Anthony Bowens said his signature line, Universal Studios, the Acclaimed have arrived, and everything. That was cool. Now, besides the matches, Alex Marvez interviewed Fuego del Sol, and Alex Marvez brought up to Fuego del Sol that last week on AEW Dark, Fuego del Sol picked up a victory over Serpentico, but this week the stakes go higher and he goes up against Anthony Bowens. Then Alex Marvez asked Fuego del Sol his thoughts on it and everything. Fuego del Sol was, Fuego del Sol was talking about how he appreciated Alex Marvez's enthusiasm and talked about how he was going up against Anthony Bowens and how he was going to kick his ass and everything. And then Fuego del Sol done a rap of his own on the Acclaimed and everything as well. That was cool. Tony Schiavone interviewed Jora Joel, and Tony Schiavone was talking about how Jora Joel has been tremendous. How Jora Joel is a tremendous athlete, and how since he's joined Matt Hardy, he's been doing really great in AEW and everything as well. And then Jora Joel said, "Thank you, Tony. 2021 was a great year, but 2022 will be a better year." So let me translate into my language of what I'm going to say. So Jora Joel translated to Indian language and said, 2021 has taught me a lot, but 2022 will be an even better year for Jora Joel and everything. That was cool. And Anthony Bowens cut a promo talking about Black History Month and the Who We Are album the AEW produced and everything. And then Anthony Bowens was talking about his struggles in life and his career in AEW and everything as well. That was cool. Now, besides all that, Taz and Excalibur done commentary throughout the whole show. They done awesome as usual. And the referees for the event were Mike Posey, Paul Turner, Bryce Remsburg, Aubrey Edwards, and Stephon Smith. Because I finally got the black guy's name. It's Stephon Smith. Because when I done my review for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dark Elevation on Monday, Stephon Smith was one of the referees for the event, but I couldn't remember his name at the time. But Excalibur revealed that it was Stephon Smith. So the referees for the event were Mike Posey, Paul Turner, Bryce Remsburg, Aubrey Edwards, and Stephon Smith. Okay. Paul Turner refereed the match between the Dark Order versus Arya Daivari and Invictus Cash. Aubrey Edwards refereed the match between QT Marshall versus Pat Brink. It was Aubrey Edwards, by the way. Paul Turner refereed the match between Max Caster versus Cameron Stewart. It was Paul Turner, by the way. Mike Posey refereed the match between Tony Nese versus Carly Bravo. Bryce Remsburg refereed the match between Emi Sakura versus Angelica Risk. Stephon Smith refereed the match between 2.0 versus the Metro Brothers. Mike Posey refereed the match between MT Nakazawa versus Joey Sweets. Paul Turner refereed the match between Frankie Kazarian versus Luke Sampson. Aubrey Edwards refereed the match between Jora Joel versus Axel Rico. Bryce Remsburg refereed the match between the Dark Order versus Chaos Project. And Stephon Smith refereed the match between Anthony Bowens versus Fuego del Sol. All the referees done awesome as usual. Now, the match card that's been announced for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite tonight, that's been announced so far, it's going to be Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin for the AEW TNT title. Chris Jericho and Jake Hager versus Proud and Powerful, which are Santana and Ortiz. Bryan Danielson versus Lee Moriarty. Wardlow versus Max Caster in a Face of the Revolution qualifying match. And Thunder Rosa versus Mercedes Martinez in a no disqualification match. Those are the matches that have been announced. Now, besides the matches that have been announced, CM Punk will be appearing live. So the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite, so the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite for tonight looks like it's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see it. I'm looking forward to it. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here for a while and give them a review for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dark from last night, which was February 15th, 2022. Like I said, it was awesome from start to finish. And with that being said, my name is Austin Honecker, and I will catch your ass down the road. Peace out.